24 Ghana cedis. I want to find out from the minister whether this money has been refunded, because the auditors recommended that the said amount should be collected from the officers involved. May I know from the minister whether that has been done?
Mr. Chair, we have banked all the revenue, but let me just make a point here to help the auditors and the committee. Part of the reason why you have some of these instances where the revenue is not banked immediately is when you look at where the post office is and where the nearest bank is and the revenue that comes in a day. If they were to bank the revenue every day, they may end up using 80% of the revenue as transportation to the bank and back. So some of them, there are varying banking practices. Some do a daily banking, some do a weekly, some even do a monthly. In this particular case, we have submitted to the auditors the full records of the banking to show that all the unaccounted for revenue have been banked. But this is what occasions the delays in some of the bankings.
Minister, what do you recommend in such situation?
Well, we recommend that the auditors bear this in mind when they go into some of the locations, because if you go there and it appears as though, I'm sure if you went to my deputy's constituency, if you have to leave Golu to Tumu every day to go and bank, how much does the post office generate? So we would have to find a way with the auditors to explain the peculiarity of every post office to them. But right now, what we have done is to show evidence that all the revenue has been accounted for, and I'm sure you can verify from the auditors.
My last one, Minister, I want you to help this committee. It's not, this matter or this issue is just not about your outfit. It has come to this platform a number of times. How about if you hear that the revenue collector kept the money in the house and they've stolen the money? How about that?
Well, that is a real challenge to the situation that we have. The question will be, do we want to use digital money solutions? So take, for example, if the lodgement for the day is done, will you go to a mobile money operator and then deposit it into a wallet and transfer into Ghana, in this case, Ghana Post bank account? Now, the question you should ask yourself is, there are going to be bank charges with the related movements. That would also have to be factored into all of this, because you can't expect the staff to bear the cost of this. But I think that if we want to deal with this, we can give a directive that says that no matter what it is, at the end of the day, go and deposit it into a mobile wallet and transfer to the bank digitally. But then it then means that, you see, the issue with bank charges is when I go to a traditional bank to do a transaction and there are bank charges, when you print out the bank statement, you see all the bank charges in there for auditors to be able to verify. When you do mobile money transfers using an agent, you will not be able to generate the charges bits in a ledger form that is unique to just that entity, except we then decide that we want to now create vendor SIMs for every post office that will only be used for the financial transaction of that post office. That may be the only way by which you may then be able to say that. So if it is Telecel cash or AT cash or MTN cash, when they come, you then request from the telecom company the printout of that vendor SIM, which is used only for that transaction. But there are nuances to these things, and so we must be careful not to cut our nose to spite our face.
Sir, thank you so much. Good explanation. Auditors, can you confirm that the money has been collected?
Yes, Honourable Chair, the amount has been banked.
All right, the next infraction is on paragraph 986, and Honourable Ahenkwa will take care of that one.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, this infraction is on unaccounted revenue totaling 136,000 Ghana cedis. The audit report disclosed that post offices within Accra West region of the company did not account for revenue totaling 136,000 generated from general operations and other internal generated funds. The head of Accra West Region explained that the irregularity occurred as a result of delay in release of operational funds to the various post offices. As a result, payment for operational expenditure were made out of the gross revenue collected by the various post offices. The auditors made the following 3 recommendations. 1, that management should recover the unaccounted revenue of the 136,000 from the staff involved. 2, that management should ensure that all revenue collected from the various post offices are promptly deposited in the gross company's revenue account without disbursement. And the 3rd one, management should ensure that operational funds are released to the various regional offices in a timely manner to avoid direct disbursement from the daily sales revenue. Before I have 3 questions. Who is responsible for the release of the operational funds to the various post offices?
Head office.
It might have accounted
Head
for...
Head office. Head
Okay.
office is responsible.
So what was the challenge?
Okay, so Chair, in responding to this whole, the Accra West Regional District, Accra West Regional District oversees 14 post offices: Kaneshi or Doko, Dansoman Estate, Dansoman Community, Dakuman, STC, Abosiokai. It oversees 26, but there are 14 that have the issue. Abosiokai, Malam, Niboyman, Weja, Kolibu, Odupongpehe, Kaswanyanyano, and Abeka. Now, the challenge you have is that previously releases were not going on time for operational expenditure to the various district offices. So what then happens is, once the release has not been made from head office, the post offices still need to carry out their daily operations. And so for whatever revenue they get, they hold some to carry out the operational expenditures, awaiting the release from head office. When head office finally makes the receipts, then they go and do the settlement in the bank. I can assure you that under this new dispensation, that's not the case. Releases are going on time, monthly, and so there is no justification for anybody to, especially in urban areas where you don't have the challenges we just discussed with the previous question, where banking distance occasions them to hold the funds for like a week or a month. In urban areas like Accra, nobody has that excuse to hold the funds anymore. We're making sure that the funds go when they have to go, they get their operational expenditure. And so this thing, they call it firm receipts. The staff people, they have a title name for it, I've just been told, they call it firm receipts. The issue of firm receipts is no longer an issue in parts of our operations now, because funds go regularly. And then with respect to the issues that have been raised in the Auditor General's report, all of those have been settled. We've submitted claims to and evidence to the auditors for verification.
Auditors, can you verify or authenticate their claims?
Yes, Honourable Chair, we'll be pleased to have the documents if you have it. Because, yes, we have not seen it.
We'll run a copy, because these are originals. We'll run a copy and then submit same